Alright guys, before I begin, some of you in the comments have said they are not able to find my community, my PS4 community, I mean, for getting you a solo lobby. So just search for lamps, LAMPS, instead of the whole thing. And make sure to include the S, lamps, not lamp, LAMPS, lamps, and you should be able to see my community. And yeah, there's some awesome people in there who will get you a solo lobby. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, anyways, let's begin. So ever since I've started posting videos on Red Dead, I've almost got this question every time. How do you make so much money on Red Dead? How do you have 100k? Blah blah blah. How many gold bars? So I'm going to show you guys one of the best ways to earn money. In my opinion, this is the second best way after the collector sets. It's the Tobin Winfield legendary bounty. It's the highest paying legendary bounty, and it's on 5 stars. And usually on 5 stars they're really difficult, so I'll show you guys the best ability loadout and the gun loadout. So for my Deadeye, I'm using quite an inspiration, so this will give me health every time I'm in Deadeye. So first passive, I'm using Fool Me Once, so I'll take less damage each time I get shot. And Strange Medicine, like each time I hit someone I'll get health back. And then Iron Lung, if I have like good amount of stamina, I'll take less damage. So 2 health cards and 2 defense cards. And for my long arm back, I'm using bolt action rifle, and for my long arm shoulder I'll use my repeating shotgun since that has like more ammo. And for my sidearms I'll use my navy revolvers. So yeah, before doing this, if you have a big game meat cooked up, like a minty big game meat, just consume it, because that can make a difference between life and death. Like once you lose all your health, like you can still survive up to like 5 gunshots if you have this big game meat that you just saw. And I just tried looting this horse, like sometimes you get collectibles and stuff, but he kicked me. If they kick you, just you shoot them in the nuts or something. Now if you play this solo, you should get around $220 to anywhere around $350. It depends on how much stuff you do. And the most challenging part about this will be on the first phase. Like if you get past the first phase, you should have no problem completing this legendary bounty. And to get the max payout, you'll want to spend 20 minutes on the bounty, or I mean on the mission. So when you spend around 20 minutes, you get the max payout. So back in the day, we used to do this with story missions. That was like the best money and gold making method before the rolls and stuff. So it applies on the legendary bounties too. And by the time you finish all the objectives, it will already be around like 10 minutes. So you won't have to like wait around for too long. And you can even use this as a solo lobby for animals. You can even call your hunting wagon after a certain point, not right away. So yeah, you can fill out your hunting wagon and sell animals to make some extra cash. So I'll transition to the first phase. Okay, first phase coming up. And make sure to always go for the head guys, because these guys tank a lot. But these guys have like tank builds on them. Like it requires like 3 body shots to kill them. But if you shoot them in the head, they'll die instantly, because like, that's realistic. So you can see, aim for the head. And you need like patience with this guys. Like don't panic. If you panic, you'll die on this mission. I mean, you won't die, but you'll find it harder to aim. Now this is where it gets challenging. On 5 stars, you won't see the enemies, so you'll have to look for the sound or the direction where you're getting shot from. Like if you keep an eye out on my screen, like you'll see a blood splash whenever I get shot, so that indicates where I'm getting shot from. So keep an eye out on my health, guys. On the bottom left, it's barely going down because I have the right cards. Strange Medicine and quite an inspiration. Just do what I'm doing right now. Just use your Deadeye to get a steady aim on the head and then take them out with a headshot. Just keep maintaining your Deadeye, don't waste it too much. As you can see, easy headshots. You're getting tons and tons of XP. Without Deadeye, it's difficult to get a headshot because your the reticle moves. But when you're in Deadeye, you can like aim steady. So just do what I'm doing right now. So if you get past this phase, you should have no problem completing the mission. As you can see, because I have Strange Medicine, each time I'm getting the kill, I'm getting health back too. Like each time I'm shooting them, I'm getting health. Okay, it should be almost done. Okay, it's done. Whenever the Protect Tobin Windfill goes away, that means you have completed this phase. And make sure to loot all the bodies, guys. They'll have collectibles on them. I'll show that to you in a bit. And just to pass that time, you can loot these saddlebags from the horses. That's an easy way to farm tonics. But sometimes they'll kick you, which can be a little annoying at times. You definitely need patience. So let me show you, loot all the bodies and let me see if I can get a collectible. So loot this, and you can see I'm getting all these buckles I can sell at the fence. And okay, this is the last one. Ah, there it is. As you can see, I got a suit of wands, the 5 of wands tarot card. And if you loot all these saddlebags, you'll get collectibles from them too. So let's loot this saddlebag and see. Usually the ones that are not agitated, the horse, you can loot them. See, just like that. This is an easy way to farm tonics too. I got an health cure. And health cure. What? A health cure. I mean, salted beef, and you can see I got another collectible. So yeah, anyways, let's move on to the next phase. So this is like a mini phase. There won't be too many enemies, but there'll be like 5 or 6, but they'll have shotguns, so don't get too close to them. Just keep maintaining your distance. And just aim for the head like usual. Don't get too close because they'll have shotguns. And just a tip, guys, when you're fighting enemies, just keep moving around. That seems to help out. Just don't stand still and fight enemies. Just keep moving around so they keep missing. So I've tested it out and it works. Okay, so that should be it. So once you take the deeds, make sure to loot all the bodies again. So once you take the deeds, make sure to tie up Mr. Tobin here, or else he'll try to escape. So when I was playing it the first time, I was like, I fell for his bullshit and he escaped, and I failed the mission, and made me rage quit actually. So I'm not falling for Tobin's bullshit again. So after you take the deeds, like I said, tie him up. So inspect the rock, take the deeds, and tie this dickhead up. Now there'll be one last phase which is not too difficult, but there'll be lots of enemies. So yeah, if you it's basically the same as first phase, except there'll be more enemies, but they do a lot less damage, so you shouldn't have any problems. Now listen closely, guys. As soon as you see the first enemy on the third phase, just dismount your horse, or else they'll end up shooting the bounty and you'll get a lot less reward, like for a dead bounty. So just see what I did there. As soon as I saw the first enemy, I just dismounted my horse. This way you can like take out the risk of losing the bounty. And this is not too difficult, guys. The amount of enemies might seem overwhelming at first, but just take them out one by one and you'll get past it. Just keep doing what you did on the first phase. Just use your Deadeye to get a steady headshot. So I have like a good surround sound headset, so I can easily make out where the enemies are coming from. So definitely wear headphones if you're because you'll be needing the surround sound. I mean, you won't be needing it, but it just helps out. Because on 5 stars you can't see where the enemies are. It's part of the challenge, I guess. And they have like a damage boost, and I'm still like on maximum health because I have the right loadout, the ability loadout. So the ability cards are very important on this one. Don't like mess around with different ones. I mean, you can if you're confident, but if you end up oh yeah, one more tip: if you suppose fail the mission, always select replay mission instead of retry checkpoint, because if you select retry checkpoint, you only get like 1% of the full amount. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, that's like one more tip. Lots and lots of enemies, but you can see I'm good on my health. Make sure to stock up on your ammo before doing this. As you can see, I'm almost out of bullets. I have like 5, and I had like 60, I think, or maybe around 70, I don't know. So yeah, you can even use the post office while you're on the mission, so it's no worries. Loot the bodies, and I think that's it. That's all the enemies. And now you can pretty much do whatever you want, and by the time you get to this point, it'll already be around 10 to 12 minutes, so you only have to spend around 10 minutes more. You can do whatever you want. You can go around collecting collectibles. You can fill up your hunting wagon. Like after you capture Tobin Winfield, you can call your hunting wagon. So what I do is I go around Great Plains. I just ride around that area. I find like 3-star pronghorns, 3-star deers, and sell them to the butcher till I get to the 20-minute mark, and so that way I can make some extra money. And yeah, sometimes the destination might say Armadillo, but when you go towards Great Plains, the objective will change to the Blackwater Sheriff's Office, so that way you can change the location. I was trying to shoot this horse on the nuts, but when I got kicked, I got pissed off. So it's been more than 20 minutes, and let's go ahead and turn in the bounty. Let's see how much gold nuggets we get, how much XP. I think there is a 50% bonus XP on bounty missions this week, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and turn Mr. Tobin in. So sorry for a longer video. I wanted to like go through it like thoroughly and explain all the key points and stuff, all the tips. As you can see, $225, 68 gold nuggets, 1700 XP plus all those XP from killing the enemies. If you play with a friend, you'll get around 260 bucks. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know in the comments if you have made it this far. Um, if you'd like to see this kind of videos in the future. Anyways, I'm out.